A heartiest welcome to all those who have joined us today in yet another inspiring, encouraging, and exciting episode of the interactive interview session of Meet My Gems. Now, Meet My Gems is the brainchild of our respected and most beloved Professor Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal sir, an interaction with the students who have tasted success under sir's guidance will definitely enlighten our journeys ahead. Our beloved Professor Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal sir is an epitomial figure in the field of legal academia. Sir, who himself was in the judicial services, resigned from the lucrative profession and joined the noble profession of teaching. It was all because of his passion for teaching and his passion to guide the young minds. Sir is presently the respected head of the department of the postgraduate department of law of Hooghly Mohsin College. Sir has also served as the faculty of the National University of Juridical Sciences, Kolkata. Sir is also the visiting faculty of the National Judicial Academy of the Honorable Supreme Court and also the visiting faculty of the State Judicial Academy of the Honorable High Court of Calcutta. I am overwhelmed, excited, and blessed to say the least to be a part of this amazing program on this auspicious and special day of Teachers' Day. I would like to extend my Vinamra Pranam and my heartfelt regards to Sir on this auspicious occasion. Sir's teachings have inspired and changed the life of numerous students in the entire Eastern India and the entire country as well. Now, without much delay, I would kindly and humbly request Sir to kindly enlighten us about today's session, its objectives, and to kindly introduce to us with his gem for today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Saket. In Meet My Gems, episode number 13, we have a gracious lady as one of my gem, Nilanjana Shaha, who secured the 13th rank in West Bengal Judicial Service. Nilanjana will speak her mind and heart out today for the benefit of the young aspirants of the judicial service of West Bengal and also other judicial services. Nilanjana had been a very hardworking and a very sincere and devoted student. Nilanjana, please share your secret of your success so that we can showcase the same for your younger brothers and sisters. Shaket, you may begin now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With all your blessings, I am beginning with today's interview. I would first of all like to heartily welcome respected Nilanjana Saha Madam on today's episode of Meet My Gems. Nilanjana Saha Madam has secured the rank 13 in the West Bengal Judicial Service Examinations of the year 2019. Ma'am, we are very much excited and delighted to have you on board with us today, and we definitely believe that your valuable insights will give us a lot of encouragement and give us a lot of motivation for our journeys ahead. Ma'am, with your
Thank you.
kind permission, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, with your kind permission, on behalf of all the judicial service aspirants, I would like to ask you a few questions.
Thank you, Shakit. And we can't start our conversation without mentioning that today is a special day for all of us, for all the teachers and all the students. Happy Teachers Day, sir. And I am very much thankful to you for inviting me here on this special day to such kind of platforms to share my success story. Now we can start our conversation.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the most wonderful insights to today's interview session. Ma'am, my first question will be a very curious one. Ma'am, how does life change after becoming a judicial officer? As we all know, it is a huge achievement and also a much bigger responsibility.
Apparent, Apparently, life doesn't change like that. But yes, everyone is happy with my this achievement. Everyone wished me, congratulated me when the results are officially out. And if you ask me about the responsibility part, I have not yet joined this service, so I'm not feeling that much responsibility. But definitely, when I will join, surely my life will change because once the responsibility will be shouldered upon.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful reply and positive response. Ma'am, all the best wishes for your future endeavors, ma'am. So, my next question to you will be, from when did you want to become a judge and who inspired you to be so? Ma'am, is there any particular incident that you would like to share in this regard?
Frankly speaking, and to be very honest, I never ever wanted to become a judge. It was my parents who inspired me during my LLB days to become a judge. And I talked to Prem sir at that time in 10th semester, that is 2017, who also inspired me. And I talked to many seniors who are now successfully serving as a judicial officer. They inspired me a lot. They motivated me. They taught me about the facilities, the job securities. These things motivated me, and I decided to prepare for this exam.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. So the inspiration in your regards came from the family itself, right? And ma'am,
Yes.
before we proceed to the next question, ma'am, would you please like to share from which institute have you done your legal studies? From which institute, ma'am, have you?
I have done my LLB from Jogesh Chandra Chaudhary Law College.
Oh,
From Jogesh Chandra Chaudhary Law College under Calcutta University.
okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. So, ma'am, kindly shed light upon the role of a mentor in this intensive journey of becoming a judge. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Could you please repeat your
Yes, ma'am,
question?
definitely. Ma'am, can you please shed light upon the role of a mentor in this intensive journey of becoming a judge?
Mentor is basically someone who guides us when our level of maturity, our level of thinking ends, and he guides us and boosts our confidence that we are in the right path. So mentor can be anyone. We are lucky enough that we have Prem sir as our mentor, who is always just a one phone call away from all of us, who motivated us, who boosted our confidence each and every time. Even he used to share his students' failure each and every time, how they deal with it, how they cope up with this situation, and they succeeded in their life. These things motivated us very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Indeed, Prem sir is one of the best mentors one can ever have. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes,
before going to my
definitely.
next question, as we all know that well begun is half done. So here comes my next question. Ma'am, how did the journey actually begin?
I told you earlier that when how I started my preparation, it was my 10th semester when I talked to Prem sir and talked to other seniors, and it was in the year 2017, and I appeared for the first time in 2018. That's all.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Ma'am, now we would like to move little bit towards the preparation part of your journey. So, ma'am, what are the things, according to you, that one needs to consider while choosing their optional subjects? And what were the reasons for you choosing the subjects that you did?
Two or three things you have to consider while choosing optional paper. Firstly, whether it is coding or not. Secondly, whether it is difficult to remember or not. This is the most important thing from a student's point of view. And I chose Muslim law, limitation, and partnership. I chose Muslim law because it is an uncodified one and easier to remember. And if you follow the previous year question paper, you will see that the question is basically part question. They follow the part question type pattern, like 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3. So according to me, it becomes easier for a student to score marks in this type of pattern.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. It is a very, very important and valuable
Because I
suggestion.
have to study it. I have to study it for my prelims too. So I chose limitation, and it's a small act with just 32 sections and few articles. And choose partnership for the same reason because it's also a small act of with 72 sections only. So it's easier to remember.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. It is actually a very important suggestion for all of us who are the aspirants. Thank you, ma'am. Now, ma'am, can you please tell us about a few textbooks or the bare acts that you covered during your preparation?
Yes, you have to be very much well acquainted with the BEAR Act and the provisions of the BEAR Act because we have to remember BEAR Act is the mother of all. So, and you have to study each and every portion of the BEAR Act. Otherwise, you won't understand the intention of the legislating of a statute. And after that, if I talk about the textbook part, any standard textbook is enough for a student for judicial service exam. And I follow the textbook which was referred by Prem sir. Like for Transfer of Property Act, it was R.K. Sinha. For CPC, it was Takwani. For contract, it was Afzal Singh. For tort, it was Pangia. And for the evidence, it was Butterfly. This kind of any standard textbook. And I like to mention this in this context that CRPC was always my weak point, and I never ever followed any textbook rigidly. I concentrated on their act and I solved the previous year papers.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So, as you have rightly put in front of all of us, the great importance of bare acts in this regard. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Ma'am, I would like to move on to the next question, which is very much related to the time management. Ma'am, we would love to know how did you plan and organize your daily schedule during your preparation days?
Yes, time management is definitely very essential thing. So what I did, I divide a month in the three parts. That is 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. 10 days for each subject. And for huge subject like CPC, CRPC, I chose 15 days. So what happened actually after 4 to 5 months, I got a clear idea about each and every subject. And after that, I started revision, which is also a very important thing because we are human. We have a tendency to forget things. So we have to continue our revision. And most important things that after completing my first, মানে, after completing the syllabus, I decided write answer previous year papers. I have seen many students face this problem. They know all the answers, but they can't represent it properly just because lack of space, lack of time management. So this is also a very important thing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. This suggestion is going to be vastly important and useful for all the aspirants who are listening to you today. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, now if we come to the examination part directly, then ma'am, where there are any special strategies on your part for the preliminary round current affairs and also for the language papers?
Basically, there was no strategy for my current affairs because current affairs has no limit, no syllabus. Each and everything happening around you is your current affairs. So I didn't waste much more time for current affairs, compromising my law papers. I concentrated more on my law papers. Just I tried to keep myself updated from daily newspapers, TV, social media. That's all. And for particularly for the language paper, nothing works like that. If for the essay portion, if I concentrate more on the essay part, follow any standard essay book or any current topics will help.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. So you have definitely stressed upon the value of newspapers in the matter of
Yes.
current affairs, right? Which is definitely one of the important sources for various competitive examinations. Thank you, ma'am, for your suggestion. Ma'am, I would like to move on to the next question. Ma'am, what are your suggestions for the preparation of original notes and the need to practice answer writing before the examinations? How much is the answer writing important for you as a in a practitionary period?
I told you earlier why one needs to practice handwriting just to speed up their handwriting so that they can manage time to properly complete their answer paper. And I definitely chose original handwritten notes because we have to remember one thing: there are more than 1,000 students who are appearing for the mains examination, and it's a competitive exam where each mark matters, and they all know all the answer, all the section. They will write the same section, same thing. So your answer should be a catchy one, an extraordinary one. So if you write your own notes, own handwritten notes, it will be different from others, and this will definitely will not the examiner will not get bored from your answers. If you follow any branded coaching center notes, it will not be an extraordinary one.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Ma'am, I would just like to add one more question to this point. As we always hear extra marks for good handwriting. So does handwriting actually matter?
Yes, handwriting actually matters. If you write in your first answer is proper way, and at the last hour of your examination you started writing like a curvy way, it will definitely definitely matters for the
Okay.
examiner's point of view.
Yes, rightly said, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. It is indeed a very enjoyable session with you, and I am very, honestly speaking, I am very much thrilled to go ahead to the next question. Ma'am, how should an aspirant use the 1 month time between the preliminaries and the mains, according to you?
According to me, first thing is that don't panic a lot. Have proper food, have proper adequate sleep, which is mostly important thing, because unless if you are not healthy enough, it will be difficult for you to deal with the exhaustive procedure of the mains examination. So, and revise, make a day-to-day schedule and keep on revising the things you have studied for the last few months. And one thing I would like to mention that make a short notes which you actually want to revise the last night before the exam, because it's not possible for a student to revise all the syllabus,
Yes.
entire syllabus, uh, before the last night of the exam. So just jot down at one place what you actually want to revise.
Okay, ma'am.
This
Thank you.
will definitely work.
Thank you, ma'am. And also, you rightly pointed out the importance of good health. As we all know, health is wealth. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful and most honest insights. Ma'am, one more question relating to the preparations, that what should an aspirant be doing in the time between two main papers on the same day?
We all know it's a hectic schedule. So, and a horrible one. So, after one examination, you should first have proper food, have adequate water, and proper rest, at least for 1 hour. We get 2 hours gap between two exams, and don't and forget about what happened in your first job.
Uh,
Forget everything and just revise the important portion for your second half paper. That's all. Don't panic a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Your experience that is regarding to being calm and composed is definitely going to help us a lot. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, now I'm coming to one very inquisitive question, which comes in regard of preparation of such intensive examinations. That, ma'am, how did you balance your social life while preparing for the judicial service examinations?
Mm, yes, yes, I have seen many students who cut off themselves from social life, but
Yeah.
I definitely didn't opt for this one. Actually, except for 1 or 2 months before examination, we study max to max for 8 hours a day, and we need a proper sleep of 8 hours. So we are getting another 8 hours to do other things. So my suggestion will be that when you are studying, just study, forget everything. And when you are enjoying your life, when you are enjoying your social life, just enjoy. Forget about everything what you are going through.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. I think this is the best approach to go ahead with such hectic scheduled examinations. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, now coming to another question. Does having a court practice experience make any difference for the preparations?
Yes, it will definitely help you if you have a court practice, and it will help you to understand the procedural law. But in my case, I didn't have proper court experience, a lot of and didn't have lot of court experience. But when I faced any problem to understand my procedural law, I consult my senior to understand the provision, and even Prem sir also always there to help us with to understand the court procedure and all.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for this amazing insight. Ma'am, one thing which crops us up in our mind is, what if we fail? So, ma'am, did you ever have a backup plan in your mind?
Yes, LLM was my backup plan. Even I took admission in North Bengal University last year, but I have to abandon the course after this result because they didn't allow me. It was a regular course.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you very much. So, according to you, ma'am, all the aspirants should definitely have a backup plan, isn't it?
Yes,
Oh, thank you,
definitely.
ma'am. Thank you very much. Ma'am, what was the role of your mentor, to be particular, in boosting your morale? And were there any time or any moments, few moments, when your confidence was little bit low? Would you like to share something about it?
Definitely, our mentor, our sir, helped us a lot by motivating each and every time, every student when we felt low and any kind of thing. And he used to tell us he used to tell us always be positive. Judiciary is not the ultimate.
Right.
if you work hard and you know the law, something better is always there waiting for you. So, and he even used to tell us the example of his few students, like they they failed all their attempts in West Bengal judicial service, but they are now successfully serving as a judicial officer in other state also, and or any other legal fields. These things are very much motivating.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, actually, this is how one should be mentally prepared. Exactly, correctly told by you, ma'am. Ma'am, my next question is also somewhat related to the previous one. That, ma'am, we all know that failure is the pillar of success. So, ma'am, how can one aspirant overcome the fear of failure? And also, ma'am, I would like to add one more bit to this question. Ma'am, would you have appeared for multiple attempts if you did not taste success in your current attempt?
Yes, in 2019 it was my second attempt, and I appeared first time for 2018, and I didn't get selected just for few ranks.
Oh,
My rank was 22, and in general category the vacancy was 16. So just for few ranks I didn't get selected. So it was actually very much disheartening moment for me, and I want to add this one more thing to this, that after a month later of this disheartening event, I suddenly lost my father. So I was totally shattered at that moment, and it was only because of my mother I appeared for the second attempt after a few months, and she always boosted up my confidence. She always motivated me at that time, and I appeared for the second attempt. And so, and when I started preparing for the second attempt, I understand. I tried to realize what was my loopholes in 2018. When I understood that what was my loopholes, I tried to deal with this thing.
okay, ma'am. Ma'am, so sorry to hear about your father, but definitely today he is blessing you and he's a very proud father of a very talented daughter, I must say. Ma'am, my next question to you will be something about the final round of your examination, that is the interview round. Ma'am, what was your experience about that interview round? Kindly give us few insights about it.
In 2018, it was my first attempt, and I was so scared about this interview session, and it was a academic based interview. In 2018, it was an academic based interview. They asked me questions from each and every corner of my syllabus. And if in 2018, it was a pure personality test. They asked me very personal, lots of personal questions, and they they kept on asking questions from uh, procedural law, and they kept on asking me questions from criminal trial, but I never ever have been to criminal court. I confessed this in my interview session, but they kept on asking me questions just to show my how I react, because it's a personality test. So they will grill you, they will roast you, just to see your level of patience, everything.
Yes, ma'am. So, according to you, ma'am, the mental traits are very important
Nothing
in
to
this
worry.
regard. Okay, okay. So, the mental aspect is very important in the interview round. Am I right, ma'am? According to you, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. So, it was a very, very wonderful insight about your
Yes,
entire
yes.
preparations.
They will show how you react, how you cool, how you become yourself cool and calm when you face any situation. when they started grilling you, or started roasting you, attacking you with past. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Kindly go ahead with your wonderful explanation about the interview round, ma'am. We would like to hear a little bit more about your interview round and the mental toughness which you are talking about.
Yes, in 2019, I told you that it was purely a personality test only, and they wanted to see actually how I react, and they started grilling me, roasting me, just to see my level of patience, these things, and how I become cool and calm.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful and deep insight. And once again, putting the importance of mental toughness ahead for all of us to learn from you. Ma'am, now as of all, you are now a judicial officer. All our congratulations and best wishes are with you. In this regard, ma'am, I would just like to ask you that from your perspective, what are or what should be the various aspects that a judicial officer should look forward to in order to benefit the society in large?
Yes, you have to be very, it's a noble profession. You have to work for your society. You have to be very much well acquainted with the law, what is happening around you, because law is changing. You have to be updated very much. That's the main thing. And you have to be very much society. Your judgment should be for the benefit of the society. That's the main thing. Because being a government job, but our duty is to serve the society.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very, very much, ma'am, for such noble words. And ma'am, thank you very much for patiently answering all our questions with utmost care. Just to lighten up the things, ma'am, I have a few rapid fire questions for you, which have been given to me by my batchmate, Pallab Pradhan. Ma'am, I have 5 rapid fire questions for you. You need to choose one of them from the all the options. Ma'am, the first question is, ma'am, smart work or hard work?
Okay. Okay. Hard work with smart approach.
Oh, that was a wonderful reply, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. My next rapid fire question, civil or criminal? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Civil.
And the third question is very much relevant in today's situation. Ma'am, seminars or webinars?
Definitely seminars. because we are not very much well acquainted with
Yeah.
internet use in
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
different
Thank you.
parts.
My next
So
question
definitely
is,
share
ma'am,
that.
books or handwritten notes? That was a
Handwritten notes
very, very
with the
useful
help of your
reply,
books.
ma'am. Ma'am, my last rapid fire question to you will be service or practice? Thank you, ma'am, for such
Definitely service.
amazing answers and such beautiful explanations. I am very fortunate that I have got an opportunity to interact with you in such a amazing platform. My one of the last questions to you will be, ma'am, are there any changes that you would like to see in the exam pattern from the aspirant's point of view?
Yes, I want a change from an aspirant's point of view that we all know that our mains examination is a hectic schedule. So we want at least a 1 day gap between two exams. Between
Okay,
this is
thank
the
you,
change
ma'am.
I
Thank
want.
you very much. And probably this was the last question on my questionnaire, but I can't help and I cannot resist myself from asking you one last question. That is, ma'am, what was your feeling or how did you feel when you got a message or a call from our beloved, respected Professor Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal, sir, inviting you to feature on Meet My Gems?
I am very much overwhelmed when I got a call from him, sir. I followed his channel and he is showcasing all his gems, and I am very much thankful to him as he considered me as his one of his gems.
Indeed, ma'am. Indeed, sir is a source of immense inspiration, and all his gems, like you, are the guiding light for us in our paths ahead. Ma'am, I am very delighted and very happy to have had this conversation with you. With this, I would like to thank Miss Nilanjana Saha, madam, for such a detailed and informative conversation. I am sure all your insights will help the aspirants in their future. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank
Now,
you, and thank you, sir, for inviting me here once again. I want to thank you. And happy Teachers' Day.
thank you, ma'am. Now, I would humbly request our beloved and most respected Professor Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal, sir, to share his insights on today's interview session with respect to Madam Nilanjana Saha and her journey. Over to
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Saket. Thank you, Nilanjana, for coming and sharing your secret of success for the benefit of your younger brothers and sisters. We learnt a lot from the lively interaction between Nilanjana, rank 13 in WBJS 2019, and Shaket Chaudhary, who is one of the aspirants for judicial service. I am sure that these interactions, along with the today's interaction, is going a long way in inspiring and motivating students, especially in this gloomy atmosphere or environment of the COVID 19. Let us hope that the students make the best out of it and derive inspiration and motivation from the talks given by the successful candidates. Once again, thanking Shaket, thanks for your insightful questions and your intelligent questions which brought the best out of Nilanjana. And thank you, Nilanjana, for patiently answering the question and sharing your experience of becoming a judicial officer. Thank you so much. Now, Shakit, yeah, thank you, thank you. Shaket, you may proceed
Thank you,
for the
sir.
concluding part.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. I cannot actually thank you enough for giving me such a blessed opportunity to interact with such a precious gem like Nilanjana madam. Once again, on this special day of Teachers' Day, I want to thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart for helping, teaching, guiding, and mentoring numerous students like me. We promise to become your gems the days to come. Once again, my Vinamra Pranam to my Guru, Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.